Hello and welcome to IATEFL Live. This is a sneak peek of our upcoming IATEFL Themes Conference. And of course, I cannot talk about the Themes Conference without our Chief Executive, John.
Hi there, Georgia. I was just having a little dance to that music. It is good, isn't it? I quite like that.
It is lovely. We can use it at the actual conference in Brighton next year.
As long as I don't have to dance, that's fine. Exactly. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Hi, everybody. Nice to see you, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us, and thank you for joining us too, John. John, you usually come to talk to us about updates, and I have been seeing online that there is an online conference.
I would like to apologise to everybody for all of the updates that we've been giving over the last few days. I think it's probably because we're so excited to talk about our upcoming online conference, which is called IATEFL Themes. And yeah, lots of speakers, lots of excitement. And yes, you've probably been overwhelmed on social media as we've been presenting lots of different speakers over the 2 days of the conference.
I must say, though, I have received a few texts and messages on LinkedIn and Facebook from people who were asking me what Themes is all about and what the speakers will be talking about. And it's very interesting that, yes, we've been probably spamming people online, but it's bringing information that people are curious about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, John, what is the IATEFL Themes?
Okay. Right. Well, the idea of IATEFL Themes is really to bring out, here's a clever use of words here, the themes from the IATEFL conference that we ran earlier in the year. So really the idea is that we listen to what delegates, what speakers, what volunteers have said about the conference, and we select some of the most important, some of the most controversial, some of the most talked about themes, presentations from the conference, and then we bring them to a new audience online, making it much more inclusive. If you weren't able to join us in Edinburgh earlier this year, this is your chance to actually join in and experience some of those sessions. But also, I think what we found last year as well was that it was also relevant to people who were at the annual conference. But because, at the conference, there are 18 or 19 parallel sessions every 45 minutes, you can't possibly see everything. So for a lot of people who were there, it was also an opportunity to catch up on sessions that they missed whilst they were watching other sessions. So yes, it's a celebration of our conference, really, on an online platform.
And it's a good opportunity also to catch up with everyone online as well, because I find that we meet people who register and we go, oh, how have you been? I haven't seen you since the conference. So it's a very good opportunity to meet people that you've met at the conference. And also, as you said, to catch up with things that you want to go to, but you couldn't, because I always struggle with that. I don't know about the people from home, but they always struggle to select between sessions at the conference.
That's absolutely right. That is the toughest thing, I think, and literally, I think we have over 600 sessions, and it's just impossible to see everything. Well, literally impossible to see everything. But also, I find it's really interesting when we get to this themes conference to actually look at 2025. What have been the themes in English language teaching that people have been talking about, and some of them, you're not surprised by, obviously, topics such as artificial intelligence, the environment, inclusivity are there and should be there. But then there are so many other topics you think, oh, wow, that's got a highlight at the moment. And that's really nice. So it is great to actually look at the themes themselves as well as the presentations.
That's very true. And a little bit of behind the scenes information as well. When we first built the conference with Sean Wilden, I mean, Sean, if you're listening, you're the reason this is all happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the first year we had specific themes that we were using. For example, it was mental health, sustainability, and AI. The
Yeah.
second year when I took over, we're thinking, okay, but these three themes were the ones that were used again in the conference. So
Yeah.
can we expand the themes? And we've decided to move away from a focus of specific themes and expand it based on the most talked about sessions at the conference, what people have requested as well, also what the SIGs have requested. So we
Yeah.
have expanded the conference so that it reflects not only the conference, but also what people have requested. And this is a great
Absolutely.
opportunity.
And to be honest as well, just like the face-to-face conference, the online themes conference also gives you choices, because it's not just one session after another. There are different rooms with different themes going on and different talks going on. So if you're able to join us for the 2 days of the online conference, you can still, again, choose your route through the 2 days of the conference.
Now, speaking of the themes, John,
Yeah.
what are these themes?
Well, I was hoping you'd tell me that. You're the expert, not me.
Let's have a
There's a
look.
lot. Here's a selection of them, which across, and yes, to remind everybody, it's a 2-day conference. So Saturday the 1st and Sunday the 2nd of November. And I was fascinated when we were looking at this to actually see the range of subjects, not just in terms of topics, but the range of our profession, everything from business English to young learners, from research to technology, from management to autonomous learning. Some really interesting ones there. Sorry, what are your thoughts? What are the ones that jump out at you?
Are you asking me or the audience?
Yeah. Oh, both.
I really love the fact that we have selected some themes from different parts of our community, of our TEFL community. So, for
Yeah.
example, just to let the people know how these were selected, we selected the themes based on what the membership committee have suggested, what the digital committee have suggested, head office, trustees, our SIGs as well. So, for example, the Sunday, the 2nd of November, this is going to be the one where the SIGs are going to be represented. And the selection of the themes prioritized voices from all over the world. And I think
Absolutely.
that this was the most important element for me.
Totally. And different teachers in different contexts. Everything from creating low-cost materials to teach to use in classrooms without much technology, through to motivating business English learners. It really covers the entire spectrum. I just wanted to add, if you are new to IATEFL and you haven't heard this word SIG before, so when you join IATEFL, you're able to join one of our 16, and here's what SIG means, special interest groups. So you can really shape your membership around what area of the profession you work in. And so our fantastic 16 SIGs, as you said, Georgia, have all contributed topics to the Sunday of the event. So it gives a huge range of choices for people to enjoy.
Absolutely. And let's say hello to Chris from Spain, Ino, who says interesting themes as well, Ozgi from Sweden, Vivian from Cyprus. So thank you everybody for joining us today. For the people who have just joined us, we are talking about the online conference that's coming up on the 1st and 2nd of November. And this is the IATEFL Themes Conference. So we've just talked about the different themes that we'll be looking at. John,
Yes.
my
What
question
now?
to you is, what kind of speakers do we have at the Themes Conference?
I don't think there is a particular type. It's a huge spectrum from some of the most experienced professionals who've worked for years and years and have an enormous reputation, through to people who presented actually for the first time at the conference, were scholarship winners at the conference. A huge range in terms of nationalities, topic areas. I think it's what we are. It's international. It's representing the entirety of our profession, not just a particular sort of focus on one thing. Would you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. And this is the reason why I've asked you, because what you will see online on our platforms is an advert like this. This is an example of who our speakers are. So our speakers are not just popular names that you would see online, names you would hear from the ELT industry, but they are people who are, for example, starting their career, or they were scholarship winners, or they have got something interesting to tell us. So this is an example of what you will see online. And this is, for example, one of the sessions that will be represented on Sunday, 2nd of November. And Pitek and Nazli will be representing the Business English Special Interest Group. And just have a look at the different speakers that we have and the themes that they will be talking about. And we also have this information about, apart from the individual speakers that we'll be showing you online, you will also be able to find the speakers and their topics on our program. So
absolutely.
I must say,
the other thing I was going to say, Georgia, there, which occurred to me when you said when you asked what's the link between them, I'm going to say there is one link, however, and I would say that all of the speakers and all of the topics are from people working now in the industry. It's not theory, it's not academic presentation. This is people who are just like you, working in the English language teaching profession. So it's teachers sharing with teachers, which makes it so relevant to everybody.
Exactly. And this is why I would like to invite anyone to come to the Themes Conference, not only to watch the sessions, but also participate and share their ideas, because the majority of the speakers have asked me whether it is going to be an interactive conference. And it is, yes. So feel free to join us and write your ideas, share your experience, because this conference is for everyone. Everyone who, as John, you said before, anyone who couldn't make it to the event at IATEFL conference in Edinburgh this year. So this is your platform. This is your chance to join us as well. And of course, John.
Yes. What have I done?
I must say that you've done a fantastic job with the conference program this year. It looks incredible.
I think it's just important for people. We see lots of adverts online. We all do, which say, there's an online conference here. And you always think, well, but what's the theme? What's the topic? What's the theme? Did you see what I did there? And I think because it's, we're running quite a big program in 3 different parallel rooms, I think it is people want to see the detail and to say, oh, yes, that particular session really interests me. Oh, and that one. And they can pick and choose. So I think the program is absolutely essential. And the other thing I would, it's a very international event. So downloading the program from our website, you're able just to click on each of the session times and check out what time it is in your particular area of the world.
Amazing. Shall we go and have a look at the program?
Hey, let's do that.
Let's go for it.
Okay. If it's okay with you, what I might do is just show everybody how they access and find the program and indeed book for the conference. And I would stress, if you're an IATEFL member, attending the conference is completely free. You need to register, but it's completely free. The good news, however, is it's open to everybody. And even if you're not a member of IATEFL, it's still an incredibly affordable event. It's just £15 for the 2-day event. And actually, if you are a member of a local teaching association in your country, which is an IATEFL associate, you can get a discount that way too. So that's worth investigating with your local teaching association. But Sorry, I'll stop rambling now. Let's jump onto our website. And if you go to the front page of our website at iatefl.org, you'll see just at the bottom left there, the introduction to IATEFL Themes. And it's just a case of selecting that. That'll take you to a page which has details about the event and what you were talking about, the program for the Saturday and the Sunday in the 3 different rooms, and underneath an opportunity just to download that and look at it at your leisure before you think, yes, that's for me. If it is for you, then just select to register. That'll take you to this page here. And as you can see, if you are a member of IATEFL, first of all, you need to log in to the website. Then it will say, oh, yes, I recognize you, you're a member. And then you can click and register for free. If you're not a member of IATEFL, you still need to, if you look at the top right of the screen, create an account. It's completely free. And it just means once you've got a free account on our website, you can join in with events like themes. So do that, go to this page, and you're able then to register for £15 for the 2 days, which obviously also includes your certificate of attendance and the recordings for you to have a look back on, because, as I said, you've got 3 different sessions in each time slot, so you can watch one and maybe catch up with another one if that's of interest to you at a later date.
That's brilliant.
Does that help?
Oh, 100%. And you said that we are going to receive a certificate of attendance, right?
Yes.
Excellent. And is this something that's free for everybody?
Yeah. If it's, anybody who registers and attends the event will get that attendance certificate. What you'll do after the event, a few days after the event, you'll get an email from us, which will have your certificate attached to it, and we'll have the link to the recordings as well. So you'll get that after the event is finished.
Amazing. John, can we go back to the program a little bit, just for the people who have just joined us? And let's say hello to Natalia from Ukraine as well. Hello, Natalia. Thank you for joining us. Now, as we've said before, what you will see here is 3 different slots in every time location. So the first session, for example, starts at 10:30 until 11:30, and then you can see 3 different options. You can select whichever option you would like, and then you have got a 15-minute break. So we move on to session 2 at 11:45 until 12:45, and then again 3 different slots as well. Now, the Saturday program goes until 3:15, and the Sunday program goes until 4:30. All of the times are UK times as well. And what you will see here is not only the theme, but also the people who will be presenting the sessions and the titles of the sessions as well. It looks great. I can't wait.
It does. And of course, these are really well-practiced sessions because each of these presenters has already presented this topic at our conference earlier in the year. And so I'm sure they're, as you say, really keen to get questions at the end of their presentation as well. But yeah, it's difficult to actually see it on the screen here, I'm sure, particularly if you're watching on your mobile phone. But just below, and do visit the website. You're going to be impressed by this, Georgia. I actually created a little QR code. Did you like that? And so people can use that QR code, and that'll take you straight to the page on our website about IATEFL Themes. You can see this program, but underneath you can download it too. And that means at every one of those session times, you can click on the link and see what time that session is starting actually in your part of the world.
Brilliant. And now some people have asked me as well whether there will be breaks and whether during the sessions will be breaks or breakout rooms. We will not be doing any breakout rooms, but as we said before, it will be very interactive, and feel free to use the chat box on Zoom so that you can write your comments and share your experiences with the speakers as well. So this is, again, part of our community, and you're all part of our community. So yeah.
Absolutely. And I would say, whilst there are not breaks in the middle of the sessions, there are breaks between each session. And that gives you time to go and make a nice cup of tea, but also to look at, right, at the next section, which of those three choices do I want to attend? And you can really, plan your way through each day, which should be really good fun.
Absolutely. Now, of course, I cannot wait to catch up with everyone. What I would say is go on our website. The QR code looks incredible, John. So helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. The joy of QR codes.
Absolutely. So go to our website, register while there's still time. We will be having another 2 sneak peeks into the conference. So this sneak peek was only an introduction to the IATEFL Themes Conference. Next week, we will have 2 guests, and the week after next, we will have another 2 guests. Both of them are speakers at the IATEFL Themes Conference who will be sharing their experience from IATEFL Edinburgh, their session, and they will be giving more information about their sessions too. So feel free to join us. John,
Yeah.
will you be joining us for the next IATEFL live show?
Only if you want me to. I'll sit in the background quietly. If not, I do what I'm told. Nobody will agree with that. But yes, absolutely. And to be honest, I'm interested to find out what these speakers are going to be presenting because, believe it or not, in Edinburgh, I don't necessarily get the chance to attend many of the sessions. So this is a great opportunity for me too to pick up on and enjoy some of those sessions. So I'm really looking forward to it too.
I'm not going to lie. So the previous years with the Themes Conference, because these are recorded sessions that stay on our members area,
Yes.
I went back and it was my motivation to go to the gym, and on the treadmill, I was watching the sessions.
Good work. That's a great idea. You see, I like listening to these things when I'm out walking, but the treadmill is far more impressive because the speed of my walking is not very impressive. So yeah, it's a great way to do it. And you're so right, actually. If you are a member of IATEFL, don't forget you can go straight onto our website and there's a searchable archive of publications, of recordings of webinars, of online conferences. And as I say, searchable, so you can look for a particular speaker that you may be interested in or a particular topic and rewatch all of that content. And of course, this next Themes conference will go on there afterwards.
Exactly. Plus, you also have the chance to watch the plenaries from IATEFL Edinburgh. Yeah. And I'm mentioning this because I mentioned the recordings before and how, for example, I use them when I go to the gym because nothing makes me happy there. So the plenaries, the plenaries are the ones who have kept me sane as well.
Yeah.
So feel free to join our IATEFL Themes Conference. But if you don't, if you're a member, you can still find the recordings. So that's very, very useful.
And of course, in about January, we'll be presenting the next conference plenaries, which will be an amazingly exciting live stream to look forward to as well.
But this is not a sneak peek for Brighton, though.
No.
No.
This is all about things.
Excellent. Of course, for the people watching us from home, John asked me before, shall we do a show for 4 hours, just the two of us? To which I replied, yes, of course.
We could just talk about anything. Absolutely, yes. We can talk about which tea we're going to choose whilst we're enjoying themes.
There you go. And while we're mentioning themes, I want to say a massive thank you to my fantastic moderators, Anka and Nikki. I'm sending you all of my love. And then we will be having some more moderators joining us for this IATEFL Themes Conference, so stay tuned for that. And thank you also very much for being part of our community and for offering your suggestions. The preparation, the behind the scenes of the Themes Conference takes months to prepare, to organize, to coordinate. And this is why we try to make it as varied, inclusive, and accessible for you as possible. So thank you all very, very much for contributing your ideas as well. Okay, John. So I think...
Shall we meet again next week with some of the speakers from Themes?
Let's do that. Exactly. Right. So we will see you next week. You will see the advert soon coming up for the next live. John, thank you very much for all of the information.
My pleasure.
And we will see you all next week. Thank you very much, everybody, and see you soon. Now go and
See you
register
soon.
for
Yes.
the IATEFL Themes Conference.
Don't be too late and miss out. Absolutely.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.